Sharullesh, MA Philosophy second year. Before going to my topic of my seminar, I would like to go into the story of Sam. He is a 22-year-old male BTech graduate in electronics. He is from city in southern India. Now he is currently residing in Bangalore. The reason he went to stay in Bangalore was for the past 6 months or something, he was feeling very depressed, and he was experiencing suicidal thoughts and tiredness and more depressing symptoms, and he couldn't concentrate, so he moved to another city, and he started working as a night food delivery in a company. So during his BTech years, he was not actually trying to study. He was not actually trying to pass in anything, but he was very adamant that he won't cheat to get pass marks. He just wanted to pass by his own knowledge and not by cheating. But this has become a backlog for him, making him getting arrears and those things. And after going to Bangalore in the food delivery business, and he was engaged in risky behaviors with strangers at night. He was getting on with strangers' vehicle, and he was having beer or alcohol from unknown person, and he was seen interacting with sex workers, and he also got caught by police, but he escaped by saying he's filming a documentary film, and so he has some problems. And what is the way to stop this problem or resolve this problem? That is my topic, philosophical counseling. So, philosophical counseling, it is part of philosophy. Like in a modern day definition of philosophy is two types: theoretical philosophy and practical philosophy. One of the branch in practical philosophy is philosophical counseling. This is not an ancient method. This is not a new method. It's an ancient method which was newly given now because of less scope, which was given in the mindset of nowadays generation. So, philosophical counseling, what is it? So, philosophical counseling, it is a practice of using philosophical concepts and methods to help individuals who have problems with their ethical and in their well-being. So, it helps in guiding people through their hardships and way of life without getting medication or going to psychotherapy, and just by reflecting their own thoughts. So, what to do in philosophical counseling? Philosophical dialogue, one of the most important part in philosophy. Talking. By talking, we can achieve clarity of anything. That talking should, in philosophical counseling, gives four parts: ethical guidance, what I have to do, and ethical guidance includes moral behavior and understanding how ethics work, and how ethically how a society should take a person like that. So, existential exploration. If I am not sure of what I am and what I am going to do, that helps by existential exploration. And logical and critical thinking. So, main branch of philosophy is logic. So, whatever we are experiencing and we are trying to do, it wants to have something logical explanation. We have to give something like that. So, one of the part is logic and critical thinking and self-realization. What I am and how I am going to reach my potential. That part of philosophical counseling is self-realization. So, going to another story, Priya. She is a mid-level manager in a corporation. So, she was having a dilemma. The problem is her company was exploiting workers in another other abroad somewhere. They were given poor working conditions and unfair wages. So they were not given proper salary, and the food and shelter was not proper for them. So knowing this, Priya's ethical thing, our moral concern got a problem, and she wanted to whistleblow about this. Whistleblow is something that if something is going on in a company and it is not a good thing, so people will try to tell that problem outside of the company, so that there will be some justice taken care for that. So she had she had a dilemma that whether she had to tell this outside, that is whistleblow, or she had to secure a job. So this thing was very depressing for her. She had some professional backlash and sleepless nights, and she couldn't concentrate on her job. So this wanted to her to get a clear clarity. So in this story, we have to think what is the method of philosophical counseling we have to use. So first, as we saw in the first thing before slide, what to do. So existential exploration. We have to ethical guidance. We have to know what she really wants. Through philosophical dialogue, we have to get her a clear view of how she has to do what she has to do now. So by that with that logic and critical thinking comes in. So if she loses her job, or if she doesn't do that, if she doesn't whistleblow, what are the problems the others are going to face. So in this ethical guidance, we can quote her utilitarian principle, which is a greater good for a greater number of people. So whether her own job security can help her, or she can help a greater number of people, so they can get a good life. So by that we have to make a philosophical dialogue with her, and we have to conduct an step-by-step process which makes her herself clear and clarity of what she wants to do. So history of philosophical counseling. This history is like I'm going as an organization, association, not a separate person. So it started in Germany by Gerd V. Achenbach and Ad Hugendick. Those are pioneers in philosophical counseling. Gerd V. Achenbach, he started German Society for Philosophical Practice and Counseling. So he was somewhere regarded as like a founder of philosophical counseling as a job or something like that. So this German Society of Philosophical Counseling, these two, they started their counseling for clients, and they didn't even call their clients as clients or patients. They called their clients as visitors. They just don't want to make them feel as a patient to them. So after that, philosophical counseling started in England as existential analysis by Emmy Van Deurzen. She was graduate in philosophy and psychology. She was giving she was starting the Society for Existential Analysis, and she was giving existential inquiry for her clients and patients. And after that, philosophical counseling came to America. in 1992, Eliot D. Cohen, Paul Sharkey, and Thomas Magnell, they started a National Philosophical Counseling Association, which was formerly when they started, it was called as American Society for Philosophy, Counseling, and Psychotherapy. So this guy Paul Sharkey was even appointed as one of philosophy person in an asylum, in a mental hospital asylum. He wrote some books during that time. And after that, in 1998, Lou Marinoff, he started American Philosophical Practitioner Association, APPA, and he in this association has been giving out programs for philosophy graduates in making them as a philosophy counselors. So now I am going to go back in time to India, where we all know the story of Mahabharata. So, Arjuna, he was a skilled warrior in ancient kingdom. He was the son of Pandu and the brothers of Pandava. So during the battle of Kurukshetra, he was having a dilemma of how he can make a war against his own brotherhood and his own teacher and close ones. So during that time he was paralyzed mentally and he wanted to drop the war. But during that time, Krishna, the Lord Krishna, he gave him counsel in the form of Bhagavad Gita and made him do his job as a Kshatriya. So in this I have a problem on how a person can give counseling to make a war. It's like justifying murder and rape. So after that, in Indian philosophical counseling, Jainism, it talks about many ways of living. In Pancha Mahavritas, 5 major vows: Ahimsa, Satya, Asteya, Brahmacharya, Parihara. They wanted to, they taught people how to live. So, and Buddhism. So they gave concepts like 4 noble truths. There is suffering. There is a way to. There is a cause for suffering. There is a end for the suffering, and there is a way to end the suffering. So in this way, a person can be heightened by come to a middle path from restraining from going into so severe depression and going very hyper. So Advaita Vedanta, it talks about how world is illusion and all of the aspects of Brahman. So it helps in brotherhood of everyone and lead our life so peacefully. And yoga as name talks about the combination of the unification of individual soul with universal soul. As like Advaita Vedanta, it wants us to follow some disciplines and how we can expect our path of life to be very peaceful. Ayurveda, we all know Ayurveda as a path of medicine, and but it is a way of life, and it gives us counseling on how to live and it gives us counseling methods on how to develop mental reflection and all. So, and again coming back to the first story, in this Sam, this guy, how to give him, what is the problem with him? We have to find it first. So, the problem with Sam is that he has some existential issue, that he has, he didn't cheat in exam, but he got backlogged and he wasted many years in his life. So, we have to know, we have to inform him that this ethical or moral behavior is good, and how it is not important that studies determine what he is. It doesn't mean by that. It wants to go beyond that form. So, need for philosophical counseling. So, what is philosophical counseling in this present scenario? So, philosophical counseling, as many philosophical counselors said, they wanted to explore what is inside of one's person and bring out that. It doesn't mean a philosopher will impose his opinion or impose his critical his own thoughts in the client. He just wants to bring out what is inside him, inside the person in a very clear manner and give a clarity to the person. So, in the thing of psychotherapy or psychological counseling, how philosophical counseling is very different. So these psychotherapy or psychological counseling, they have certain steps or run through or something like that which limits them. But in philosophical counseling, there is nothing like limiting. So it doesn't have any steps or place to walk through books. So it is very why should a philosopher give a counseling? So philosopher, as they have critical thinking and they have have a different perspectives of the world which is really existing. So they can give by speaking, they can bring out what is in the client. So by sometimes I thought I can talk with myself to bring out my own clarity of mind. But by some readings and thoughts, if why dialogue is different from monologue. Monologue is something I am myself speaking. So if I am speaking with myself, I am talking about only my own perspective and my own mindset. So if there is a dialogue, it is a conversation, and that is why in the ancient times, in every type of philosophy, in different types of schools of philosophy all over the world, they made their philosophies as a prose, as a play, and like a dialogues as Plato did. They wanted dialogues to achieve what is inside a man. So that is why philosophical counseling is needed. Thank you. And these are my references.